right, everyone. Welcome to One Nation of Sports Soccer Magazine Extra. Today is Monday, November the 28th. That, I know, that's crazy. That's ridiculous. This year has just flown by. We just got done with Thanksgiving. I know a lot of you are looking at your New Year's resolutions already because you ate way too much. But besides that, we're not going to make you feel guilty tonight. We're going to continue on with Thanksgiving, and we've got a great young man that's on the program tonight. And just thankful for having good role models like Henry Neuenswander that is on the program tonight. He's been an exemplary student athlete over at Helias Catholic High School, and we're excited to hear from him. His article just came out in Sports Soccer Magazine, November December issue. Check that out. Great pictures. Henry Neuenswander, you can see right there. He's got some he's got some things going on for him. He's gonna have to watch out. Mom's gonna have to watch out. So we're gonna talk to Henry a little bit here, and we're missing Jay Gill tonight. He is out looking for a car. You guys know that he had a car accident not long ago, and we're glad that he's doing well now. He joined us last week, but he had to go with somebody tonight to go look at a car because he did not have a car to drive. So we let him off the hook again tonight. All right. I hope you guys are ready because this is going to be a fun interview. We're going to go ahead and bring Henry on right now with us, and I'm looking forward to this one. Henry, how you doing, man?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing good. You're looking real good for somebody that just got done with basketball practice.
Oh, thank you.
I know you're a busy young man. I know you're constantly on the go between school and sports, all the different things that you do. So, we'll get into all that tonight. How you doing after Thanksgiving and trying to get some of that food worked off?
Honestly, not that great. Last 2 days of practice have been a struggle getting down the court, but the legs are coming back.
All right, I'm sure coach is going to help you guys make sure that you get that knocked off pretty quick, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Well, hey, thank you for joining us tonight. We're glad you could be a part of the program. What an honor it was for us to be able to write an article about you in the magazine. Just really good stuff that you had in there. So we'll dig into a little bit of that and get some of your thoughts and opinions on some things, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, and I'm just pre-warning you, and I already kind of did that. We've got the speed round at the end, so who knows what I'm going to ask then. You have an idea on these others, but who knows what I'll ask then, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go. All right, Henry, why don't you tell us a little bit about the highlights and the 9-3 record during your senior year in football, and talk about the second place finish to Timberland in the Class 5 District 4 tournament.
So we started off the year against Hannibal, and that was honestly the most fun football game I've ever played. It was a great time. We lost the year before, so it felt great to get the revenge on Hannibal. And then we had a little rough patch in the middle of the season, but we got back on track against the Jefferson City schools, Jeff City and Cap City. Those are some big wins and some really fun games, memorable games, and it's just great to never have lost to a team in Jeff City since going to Helias. So
Hmm.
that's something I can always say. And then season ended a little shorter than what we hoped, but it was a great season. Timberland was a really good team, had a really great quarterback.
Yeah, you talked about that a little bit, and you talked about how you guys had some different injuries throughout the year, and you just kept having to make adjustments. And when you get to that time of the year, you got to be kind of moving on all cylinders because everybody's good at that point in the season, right?
Yes, sir. Next man up.
Yeah. Uh, Tell us a little bit as far as what was your most memorable moment. I know you talked about playing the Jeff City schools and winning those. You talked about Hannibal. For you personally, what was your most memorable moment for you playing this year?
Probably the Jefferson City game. I had probably my best game of the year, and we just had a really great game as a team overall. And it was just really fun to win on their field for one last time.
Yeah. So tell everybody the position that you play in football.
I play receiver and outside linebacker.
Okay. So you like to catch the ball and then you like to hit people.
Yeah, I like them both. Yes, sir.
All right. I mean, you like them both kind of equally, or just one over the other?
Honestly, I probably like catching the ball a little bit more,
Uh huh.
but I didn't really like it as much last year. But now this year I got to play more offense,
Hmm.
and it's I figured out that I liked it more.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. That's good. All right. Why don't you tell us what it meant to be named to the first team All CMAC on offense as a wide receiver, and some other accomplishments that you had this year in football?
Uh, I was grateful. I mean, when Coach Hinches had like the meeting before practice, I did not expect my name to get called. Like, I mean, it was really a great surprise, and I'm just thankful for it.
I from just the time that I've known you, actually I've seen you when you were a lot smaller. I mean, you continue to grow, and that's what the crazy thing is that you get my age, you don't really grow anymore. You see you guys are all coming up, and it's like, wow, I just still remember them when they were a little kid at church. So that's pretty
Yeah.
amazing. Uh, why don't you tell us a little bit about your conditioning and some of the work that you have to do in getting prepared for football, and how that's different between basketball and track?
Oh, the basketball conditioning is a whole nother level compared to football and track. Football is it's just 6 second plays. You got to be able to sprint for 6 seconds. Basketball, you got to be able to sprint for the whole game. So, football, you just want to really get your speed up. That's what I use track for, is just trying to get your speed up in short burst running, sprinting. And basketball is it's like running a marathon. So, you just got to kind of cut some weight and run. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
All right. We're going to get into a little bit more about basketball here in a little bit, but why don't you tell us a little bit about what was it like to play Helias Crusader football with all the tradition and fan support?
I mean, it was awesome. It's just the fans like running out and seeing the huge crowd. It's like a small college football game. I mean, so just thankful for all the support. Thankful that go to such a big football school where you have fans show out every week. It's just awesome. And the tradition of Helias, the winning tradition, is just something special to be a part of.
Yeah, and you guys really have, I mean, it's been neat seeing you guys had the opportunity to play against the other Jefferson City schools. That didn't happen not too long ago. I mean, just started up really not that many years ago. So what a special thing that is for you guys to be able to do that, and I mean, obviously have some bragging rights. I mean, that's pretty cool, right?
Yes, sir. That's the best part.
All right. Hey, we've got several people that are on here, and they're liking some of your comments. I'm just going to encourage any of you that are watching, if you want to make a comment or ask a question of Henry, we'll make sure that we try to get that on the program here as well. I might ask a lot of questions, but I might not ask some of those important things that you know about and that you want to hear Henry tell everybody else. So feel free to do that. I mean, they can be embarrassing. I'll have to watch it though, as far as what I put on there. But anyway, he's
Please.
he's he's not nervous at all. All right. Hey, why don't you share with us a little bit about your the team bonds that you had, and just some of the friendships that you developed?
The group of senior boys that we had on the football team, it was a special group. I love every one of those boys, and we all share the love for football. It's something special, the football bond that you can get with your teammates. Just have so many of my best friends are on the football team, so it's awesome.
Henry, why don't you tell us a little bit about that? I know that growing up, you probably played quite a few sports with a lot of these guys for a very long time. Why don't you share a little bit about that? I mean, how far does that go back?
Well, so we used to have a little team called a little flag football team called the Steelers,
Okay.
and that started off in first grade, and we had like 4 or 5 boys from the football team now, big players, seniors that played all 4 years, that just stuck with it, and I've been playing football with them ever since then. Like Drew Miller, our quarterback, and then Aiden Martin, our center, and Brady Rush, our running back. And there might be one more, but it's awesome
That's
just being
great.
able to play football with them for so many years, and they're all my best friends.
Awesome. Very good. Hey, we got a question here from
Uh,
Joyce. She says, "Were you actually a gymnast?"
yes, I was actually a gymnast. The only reason I did it was to get strong growing up. I'm not really built like a gymnast, but I can hold a handstand and I can do a backflip. That's my two claim to fame, but
Uh,
nothing other than that.
Well, I could kind of do a handstand for just like barely, but never a backflip. I was too concerned about landing on my head if I did that. And I don't have a lot of padding up there, so
Not much protection.
no. No, so that's a great question. Thank you, Joyce. I wouldn't have known that unless you asked that question, so that was a good one. Speaking of a gymnast, have you ever thought about, I'm thinking about you on this now, is what do you think about trying out for American Ninja Warrior?
I love that show growing up. I mean, it would have to be a time in my life where I have enough time to like train for it and then go and do it. So I mean, it might be something I'd consider like right out of high school or right after college
Uh-huh.
or in the middle of college. But like right now, I don't have enough time to even consider it. But
Yeah.
maybe someday.
Well, I believe that you would be able to get up that warped wall with no problem. I think you could do that with no problem. I
I've never tried it, but I might have to.
Yeah, for me, I think it would be those not I guess the balance ones where you have to run across stuff. I'd probably just go face plant right away.
Wipe out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see. Uh, we got Judge Cotton Walker. He's chiming in here. He said he's already a three-sport star, Kirk. So, absolutely, thank you,
Thank
Judge
you.
Walker. We appreciate you being on here. We've had him on here before. If I would have known that he knew you, I would have had him come on and be my co-host tonight. He's done that for me before.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah, great man. All right. Hey, we've flown through the first part of this. We got lots of other questions we're going to hit, but I'm going to go ahead and do a quick sponsor break. And you're doing an outstanding job, Henry, and looking forward to hearing from you some more on some of these other things. But we'll be right back, okay?
All right.
All right.
Not everybody is an 8 to 5 Monday through Friday type. At CNS, we have employment options for the way you want to work with our flexible scheduling program. Flexible scheduling is designed to fit your lifestyle and allows you to be in control of your schedule. CNS offers insurance plans upon employment. Celebrating 45 years of staffing, CNS Business Services.
Say yes to CNS.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We have two great sponsors for One Nation, a Sports Locker Magazine Extra. We have CNS Business Services and the Missouri Army National Guard Recruiting Office. They do such an outstanding job in our community. CNS Business Services, they make sure that they find people to fill positions for the different industries all throughout mid-Missouri. And, they're always looking for people. So if you know anybody that needs a job, contact Paula and her team over at CNS Business Services. Also, the Missouri Army National Guard, they, what can I say about the people who protect our country, those that put their lives on the line to make sure that you and I are safe and that we have our freedom, and they recruit the outstanding young men and women to step into those positions and to help lead our country moving on into the future and protecting, again, our safety and our freedom. We just appreciate everything that they do, and they're outstanding men and women, outstanding young men and women, and we appreciate what they do for us. All right. We've had a great start with our interview with Henry Neuenswander, and we're going to go ahead and continue with that now. I gave him just a moment to gather himself, getting ready for that speed round because it's coming up right after this next segment. All right, Henry, did you get a little bit of refreshment, little
Yes,
rest?
sir.
I
Got a bit
mean,
of water.
all right, good. I know this is high pressure, right?
Oh yeah, big time.
It's anything but that, right?
Yeah, it's
All
good.
right, good. Hey, why don't you tell us a little bit? There's some people that have had an impact on your life. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your coaches and how they've helped you improve as a student athlete as well as outside of sports?
Well, all my coaches have been great. I mean, I have a long list of coaches from a young age to now that have just been awesome. It's just they've made me the athlete that I am and the person that I am. The football coaches, I feel like they're out to turn you into men. It's just that's their goal and love on you at the same time. And then basketball, my the basketball team and basketball coaches, they've always been close for the past 4 years. It's just been a special group of coaches in track. Coach Pitts, who's my football coach, also he's my head track coach, and just it's awesome. I've really made good relationships with all my coaches.
Very, very important as far as what they pour into people. Helping you guys get prepared. Very, I guess you would say very impactful, not just on what they're teaching you and the practices, but how they're showing you how to lead others. And I know
Yeah,
that's something that I know about you from our interview. And you're a young man that has been built into being a good leader. So thank you to all those coaches that have poured into Henry. And well,
yeah, for
well,
sure.
well done. All right. Hey, let's go ahead and shift to these other sports that you were involved in. Now, you mentioned track. Why don't you tell everybody the different events that you're involved in there?
So I'm a sprinter. Nothing over a 400. It's not happening. And 400 barely even happens. I'm always throwing
Okay.
up at the end. So I like to run short distance, and I started off like freshman year. Well, we really didn't have a track season because of COVID,
Mhm.
but freshman year I decided to do track just to stay in shape for my other sports. But I've really grown to love track. It's been awesome for me.
All right. So the 400. Are you? I gotta know. How do you run that? Are you like doing full sprint from beginning to end, or do you have the strategy as far as building into it?
It really depends on how risky I'm feeling that day. Uh, I mean, I got to start off sprinting, and that the backstretch is like the worst part. I mean, it's horrible, but I try to stride it out and then just finish as strong as I can,
Okay.
but not too much strategy.
All right. So are you somebody that typically catches up to the others, or are you out in the lead and then maybe some of them catch up to you?
I'm usually in the middle of the pack. I'm
Okay.
going to be honest. I'd have to say I'm probably the one getting caught up to. I don't know.
That's a,
It's usually around. I like to hold my spot. Let's just say that
yeah, that's a tough race. I'm telling you, it's a tough race.
it's not that good.
Yeah. Henry, I want to throw in something else with that. Can you imagine running that same distance while jumping over hurdles?
Yeah, I feel for the hurdlers on our track team.
Yeah.
It looks awful.
Yeah. I did the 300-meter hurdles back in high school. I also did the 400 meters, but I did the 300-meter hurdles. And by the time you get to those last ones, I mean, you're really seriously concerned about, am I going to fall again flat on my face? You just don't want to do
Yeah, can't feel
that.
your legs.
There's no form at the end. You're just trying to get over that hurdle.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Hey, all right. So now tell us about basketball and just some of the memorable moments that you've had with that, and some of the things that you're looking forward to accomplishing this year.
My time at Helias basketball has been really, really good. So my freshman year, I didn't play on the varsity team, but they made it to the Final Four, and then my sophomore year, we lost in the district championship game, but last year we made it to the state championship game. So, I mean, all have been really good finishes to the season. So it's been awesome. And this year, really hoped, like, God willing, we can make it that far again, or just
Great.
put another good run together.
Yeah. Are a lot of those guys that you play basketball with, is that the same situation where you've played ball with them for years?
Not as much as football, but I've been playing basketball with Jake Becky for a really long time. He's a senior, and Trey, I started playing with him towards the end of middle school on with the Knights program.
Yep, I've heard a lot about the Knights program from my friend Dan Miller. I know he traveled around quite a bit with his sons, making sure that they got where they needed to go. And that's we're going to get into the thing about your parents here in a little bit. But wow, I mean, all the different things that parents are running their kids around to nowadays, trying to get them into everything that they can. I know my daughter and son-in-law are going through that right now with the 5 kids that they have. They're going to
Oh
everywhere.
wow,
They're going everywhere. Now, okay, now
it's
granted,
sacrifice.
yeah, now granted, the 1-year-old and the 6-year-old, they're more in it for just the snacks. They're in the
Oh
car eating
yeah,
snacks.
the car ride snacks. Those are the
That's right.
best.
Absolutely. Hey, Henry, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your high school experience, some of the things that you really appreciated about Helias Catholic High School, and also living so close.
Oh, it's been awesome living close. I mean, I won't ever miss like a school event if I don't have anything going on. Like I'll go to the soccer games, the volleyball games, the girls basketball games. They're just everything is just so close, and I mean the students get in for free, so why not go? And Helias has just it's been awesome for me. Just that the education's been great, and the teachers they treat you like their own kids. It's awesome.
They really do. It's always a pleasure when we go in there dropping off magazines or going in and doing interviews with you guys. And they're very, very good as far as making sure that you guys are all ready, get you in there for the interviews, photo shoots, stuff like that. So we really appreciate all
Yeah,
the work. Susie Rockers, I'm going to give a shout out to her. She's awesome. She always
she's
helps us out.
great.
Yeah, absolutely. And she is so for you guys, and so is Miss Peggy right there at the front desk. Every
For
time
sure.
I took the magazine in, and they were like, "Oh, Henry."
Yeah, they're both great.
Yeah, very good. All right, talking about great people. Why don't we go ahead and talk now about what it is, what it means to you having such a supportive family, and what have you learned from them?
It's a they've sacrificed a lot to come watch me and take me to all the places I have to be, and sacrifice money just for me to get better and for me to enjoy the sport that I love. And it's awesome. And whenever my say my what's the word? I can't think about it. My extended family. If my extended families come to a game, it can get crazy. I got a lot of cousins.
All right, so who's the loudest one that you can hear in the stands?
I gotta say it's probably my grandma Patty or my Dita, my other grandma when she whistles. My
Okay.
grandma Patty, she's got a yeller's voice. It's not pretty.
But you probably appreciate it though, right?
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah,
it gets me through the game.
right. That's awesome. Why don't you talk a little bit more specifically about your mom and dad and just some of the different things that you've gotten from them, some of the different qualities that you really appreciate?
Oh well, I mean they've given me everything that they can, and it's really awesome to just see their love for me, and they taught me to love Jesus, and that's just really important. So I think I thank them.
Yeah. Your mom, she was pretty awesome when we were doing your photo shoot. I mean, she was making sure that you were
Oh
getting
yeah,
everything and lined up. You were ready to go. You had your stuff, and again, in your photos, I mean, that was awesome. You had all those different things that we were able to capture, just kind of get a bigger picture of um, Mr. Henry Neuenswander. So that was awesome. All right, tell us a little bit about your siblings.
I got a little sister and a little brother. My little sister, Helene, she's a ninth grader at Helias, and she's an awesome student and an awesome athlete. She hopes to play soccer this year for the Helias girls soccer team during the spring, and so she'll be great. And then I have a little brother named Bo. He's in fifth grade, and he does the same sports as me. So it's really like a little training buddy. Say we want to go to the Y and shoot or play catch outside, he's just always there with me, playing around. He's fun to mess with.
Yeah, that's great. You know, it's an important thing. It sounds like you appreciate your siblings. I can remember growing up that, maybe I didn't appreciate them as much as what I do now. I
Yeah.
appreciate them a whole lot more now. I was the oldest of four, and I probably wasn't as attentive to my younger sisters as much as what I should have been. So, hey, I had a comment here from a friend of mine, Mary Human, and she said Henry is the best. Um,
Oh, she's the best teacher.
yeah, she is a great judge of character, and so we will definitely take Miss Mary's word for it. All right.
Super awesome.
Yeah. Uh, I want to ask you another question here. You talked in your article that through leadership and legacy, you wanted to pass on the winning tradition of Helias Catholic. Tell us a little bit more about how you have been trying to do that throughout these last few years.
Well, just always trying to be a leader, always trying to keep the team happy and make sure everyone's working hard to the end goal because everyone wants to win. And if you can make sure that the team's working hard, it doesn't matter like your age, I'll respect you. And I just hope that everyone will respect you. Just try your hardest.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Uh, as we get out into life and you're already experienced this in school, you pass different people in the hallways that um, maybe you see somebody's not getting the attention from others that um, maybe others do. Maybe a little what would seem to be a little less popular. Is there anything that you like to do as a leader as far as trying to make sure everybody's included?
Well, on the football team, like say someone's not getting as much love as like the other people, you just try to love on them yourself, and just make sure they're all included. Even if it includes like uh, you messing around with them, like just joking with them. I mean, it makes them feel included, makes them feel special, makes them know that you see them there, and it's. I just think it brighten their day.
Very good. That's great. Keep doing that. That that makes a huge difference. We're going to go back to your article again. That November December issue we've got just came out, and make sure if you haven't read the article on Henry, you can go to our website sportslockermagazine.com and you can look up the digital magazine and you can check out his article there, as well as all the other great articles in there of the student athletes throughout mid-Missouri. In that article, Henry, you talked about your faith, you talked about superheroes, and a few other things. Why don't you share with our viewers about some of those things and expand on that if you can?
Well, when I was a little kid, I was the kid in the grocery store that would always have a Superman cape on. And I was the kid that always had like a spaceship with me because I loved Buzz Lightyear so much. I mean, those were my two heroes growing up. I would do anything to be like them. So,
All right, good. Now tell us a little bit about your faith because you mentioned that a little bit earlier.
uh, Jesus is my savior, and he he gives me everything that I have. He's given me with many blessings, and just really thankful for everything. just gotta thank him, and he'll lead you.
Okay. And from what you've learned through your faith, again, how do you try to use that to impact other people?
Again, trying to include others and just make sure I really like to keep everyone happy. I'm that kind of person. I can't sleep at night if I know someone's on bad terms with me. So I just like to talk to everyone and make sure that I'm on good terms with everyone.
All right. This is the true test right here. Here it comes. Even with your siblings?
Yes,
Okay,
even
good.
with my siblings.
Great answer.
I really have a pretty good relationship with both my siblings. Me and my little brother will get into it sometimes, but I mean, he's a 11-year-old little boy. He forgets quick.
He
So so do I.
tries to
I
test the
mean,
waters, huh?
yeah. It's never like I'm actually really mad at him. I love him to death.
Awesome. All right, Henry, you have, I mean, if we were given grades, you've sailed through with a perfect score on your first parts of this interview. Now we're going to step into a little bit of something different called our speed round. Are you ready?
Uh-oh. Yes,
All right.
sir.
All right, here you go. You can just expand on these however much you want. They can be short answers. You can give a little bit more, but you talked about superheroes. Now you said when you were growing up that there was two specific ones that you kind of like. If you could be a superhero now, which one would you be and why?
Superman. He can do anything.
Okay,
He's got all the superpowers. He can fly. He's got super strength. He's got the X-ray vision. He's got the laser vision. I mean, who wouldn't want to be that?
that's right. Hey, says it all right there. Great answer. All right, now here we're gonna shift back to food a little bit. What was the one food during Thanksgiving that you ate way too much of?
I mean, all of my basketball coach, Coach Joe, would say all of it after my conditioning has how my conditioning has been the past 2 days. But probably mashed potatoes. And mashed potatoes and gravy. I'll eat a lot of that.
Okay, so here's another question. I'm just gonna go right off of that one. You mix anything in with your mashed potatoes?
If I have corn, I'll mix corn in,
Okay,
or corn or peas, but not other than that.
okay. Yep, I'm just saying because my wife likes to mix her corn in with the potatoes, and she's actually gotten me to do that, and it's actually pretty good. So,
Yeah, I like it
all right. So everybody watching out there, if you've not tried it, don't knock it until you've tried it. It's good stuff.
for sure.
All right. Now here's the next question. Another food related one. Are you going for a certain kind of pie at Thanksgiving, or what was your favorite dessert?
Uh, Pecan pie, pecan or apple. My grandma Dita, she makes a pretty good apple pie, but my favorite pie overall is pecan.
Man, you and I have a lot of stuff. We have a lot in common. That's my favorite one too when it comes to Thanksgiving. Now, there's one other pie that I like outside of that, that is rhubarb pie, and I don't know if you've ever tried that, but it's got its own taste, but I love it. So,
I don't think
all
I've
right,
tried it.
all right. It's got the sweet and sour taste, but you'd have to try it out, see if you'd even like that. So, hey, Mr. Cotton Walker, he's saying keep working, Henry. You're doing great. So
Thank
thanks.
you.
Thanks, Judge Walker. We appreciate your comments again. Okay, now this is where we're going to get a little bit into the negative. So I might need help from mom or any other family member that's watching if we don't get the answers that we're looking for. But what chore around the house do you dislike doing the most?
Cleaning my room. I think I'd clean my room more often if my mom didn't tell me to clean my room so often.
Okay. Um,
So if she's watching, she can know that, or she can hear that for herself.
I'm going to
But
tell you right. I'm going to tell you right now. She was watching, and so now she's got this on video that she can come back and say, "You said."
yeah, so I'll clean my room more often from now on.
All right, very good. Um, yep, she gave the face on a little emoji there. We've got it. I got to put it up here real quick, so we'll make sure that you can see that. There you go. Very good. As a wide receiver, you hit the end zone and score. What animal would you look like if you did a celebration dance?
A kitten. No,
A
I'd
kitten.
start purring like a little kitten.
Okay.
It's an inside joke with me and lots of my friends. I don't know if I
Yeah,
have any friends on, but
nope, that's
it's kind
good.
of the speed round's getting me.
Yeah, you got me completely off guard there. That one was the one I did not expect. That's great. And I'm sure that I am pretty positive I have never seen that in the NFL. So who knows? Might see that coming on. Somebody might
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 have to
take that
patent
on.
it
That's right.
for sure.
Oh, we got Joyce said no, a Wolverine.
Oh yeah, I'm a big Michigan fan,
All right.
but I don't know if how I could act like a Wolverine.
Yeah, I don't think they would look. I think they would probably eat their own paw. I don't know.
Heck
That.
yeah.
All right. If you could teleport anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
It'd have to be to watch the Big Ten championship game in Indianapolis on Saturday because I'm a huge Michigan fan, and just if I could go to some games like right now, I would really love it.
All right.
But I'm too busy to go.
I'm going to say you were probably pretty happy this weekend with their win over Ohio State, right?
Oh yeah, joy. I mean, I haven't stopped smiling since it happened. It's been awesome.
That's good. All right, now we're going to go along other things that if you could, what famous person of all time would you most like to meet and why?
Michael Jordan. I don't know. So much goes along with Michael Jordan. So many stories. So if I could just get the answers to some of those stories, or just figure out his way of winning, then I would really find that awesome. Find that really cool.
This is just kind of ridiculous on how many things we have in common here because he was my favorite player of all time, and I every Christmas wanted my mom and dad to buy me the newest pair of Air Jordans that came out, and um, I did not do this on purpose, Henry, but I have these ears that kind of flare out a little bit, and then my head shaved bald, so if we were to do a silhouette, it would kind of look Jordan-esque, just a little.
Oh, you'd look great.
I and I tried to be like Mike, and I did the best I could, but I did not have the hang time. I mean, I could dunk him, but I did not have the hang time. Just saying. All right, this is the last one. The most interesting thing about you that most people don't know about. What is that?
I mean, we talked about it earlier, me being a gymnast. I don't think many people know that. But if I were to answer that, I think that's what it would have to be. Uh, I did gymnastics for 9 years growing up and had some great coaches at the gymnastics gym. And it was just it was a safe spot for me. I'll still go in there every once in a while and work with the boys or just hang out and do some flips.
Yep. I mean, again, you caught me. I had no idea. That's one thing that I just knew I'm not going to be able to do that. I tried. I have done a little bit of tumbling, but that was all by accident. It was
Yeah.
completely by accident. Like sliding into second base head first, and then my legs going over the back and touching the ground. That is something that the human body should not do, and mine did it. So
Uh
yeah.
oh.
Hey Henry, anything else that you want to add real quick while we close out here?
Go blue.
Go blue. All right. That is awesome. I'm happy for you. I'm not a Michigan fan, but I'm happy for you and I'm excited to see that playoff on how far they can go. So, very good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to hold on with me, I'm going to go ahead and close out the program and I'll visit with you afterwards just for a brief moment. But everyone, I want you to, I mean, we want to thank Henry for joining us tonight. It's been a lot of fun. And, make sure you show appreciation to him by sharing this video with others so that they can see the same great uh, interview with him and get to know a little bit about this young man who, does not like to clean his room, but now it's on the internet for everybody to see. All right. One Nation, this is your host, Kirk DeMars. Thank you for joining us tonight. Next week will be a pre-recorded program because I am going to be visiting my grandchildren. So we will have a good program on for you, but it'll be pre-recorded. So make sure you join us for that. As always, thank you for joining us. God bless you, and we will see you next week.